You just gotta accept life's many blessings, my friend. The many blessings of life. Here we are at a bit of our garden nature, but that's not what you came here to see. Let's get to the bench. What's up, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Bench with Pete. The series is actually put on in the background whilst you're doing a bit of hobby yourself. Bit of painting, bit of building, a bit of gluing bits together, and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't matter what it is. End of the day, you and me, we sit down, we chill out, we do some beautiful hobby together, and we end up getting stuff done. Isn't that cool? So, as you know, on my bench I've got all these bizarre terrain. I don't mean bizarre, I mean bazaar, like marketplace vendor type stuff going on. Finished my other tent for it. Now, not doing anything like mega. I'm gonna do another level of it probably, when I get to revamping my terrain. That'll be a whole new series, folks. That'll be a whole new series. So what was the bit outside all about? Well, it's just like being out in nature sometimes. And the garden, while we've got it, it's nice to sit by the tree with my newly built back wall. It's nice, it's beautiful. That's not me saying, oh no, what happens if I don't have a garden in the future? I'm going to have a garden of some description, or an outdoor bit of some description, even if it's just a courtyard. That's cool. Got a whole lot to talk about, so let's just get to the bench, shall we? And we'll gather your things, your glues, brushes, paints, models, whatever else you need, tea, coffee, whatever. I got coffee. Let's go. All right, look. See, I've got a new tent thing here with the front bit rolled up. So that's gonna be good as well, I suspect. I'm gonna paint this in khaki as well. But first, of course, I need to prime this. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to prime it in the black, the traditional, got to go find it now. Black, because I can't find it, of course. Of course I can't find it. I not got it. Black primer. Anybody see? I've got grey primers. I want my black primer, folks. Right, well, I'm looking for black primer. That's what I'm doing. So if you see me pottering about that is kind of what I'm doing. So, yeah, I just wanted to sit outside and, chill just for a moment there. Just for a moment, like to say, hey, look, let's get out in harder nature, baby. Let's do this thing before we settle down to some awesome hobby stuff. All right, could well be that I finished my little Vallejo pot of primer, black primer. It could be, but that's okay, you see, 'cause I've got a big pot. Ha 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 ha! In your face. In your face, fate. Checkmate. I've got coffee, which is ready to go. Put my cleaning soap over there out of the way. Bring my coffee down a bit. Beautiful coffee. Beautiful. It's the decaf Tesco's Own that I got from Seaton when I last stayed at Seaton. Going to be doing that again in the future. Staying in Seaton, that is. It's going to be November the 5th, our anniversary, and my wife's birthday, all that stuff. So I'm just going to get this done. One side, then I can let it dry, turn it over, do a little samba, baby. Why am I talking like this? Because it's it's happy. It's positive vibes, man. That's what you got to do. I'm just, yeah, I know it's slow. Pete's a bit slow today, but he's just realizing that we need more positive vibes out there, especially in the world we live in. So we've got to raise the frequencies and the vibrations. We've got to send out some good ass energy out there for everybody. So doing this hobby will give you such good positive vibrations. Helps me relax, and I certainly miss it when I don't get to do it, or I can't do it because of real life, whatever gets in the way. I've had real life stuff get in the way of my hobby, and it's been tough, man. It's been tough. It has been tough. I can't deny. Right, so I've painted that, so I'm just gonna wait for that to dry. Then I'll turn it over, and I'll do the other side. Simple as that. Well, I could do it this way. I've done it this way before. Paint all but one side. This is awesome. Doesn't matter if I get any black speckles on the other bits of terrain, because you see they're only primed as well. And really, it just doesn't matter. Yeah. This is cool. We like this. These are perfect. See, I've got some things in mind for what I need for a role-playing campaign. Now, this is something I've been thinking about. But for the longest of times, I've been thinking, I'll start my campaign once I get to Seaton. But things are looking sometimes, and it changes on a daily basis, even throughout the day. Like, we're not going to be able to do it this year, or yes we can. Oh no we can't. It's just like up and down. It's more up and down than like a piston. So in the end, I'm like, well, whatever. And I'm thinking, well, I may need to unpack some stuff at this rate that I've packed away ready for the move, because if we're not moving this soon, and that's a possibility, then I need to do some stuff here, because I'll be hanged if I'm holding on in limbo with my hobby if it might not be another year even. Imagine that. No. Nah, screw that, guys. I need my hobby. So, with that in mind, I'm like so what do I do then, Do I just, leave it? I better leave that to one side. Pop some of this back, I suppose. Waste not, want not, and all that. Because I've got too much out. That's fine. Discovered a couple of new YouTube channels recently, and that's good. My subscriber count is steadily increasing, which is good. Don't forget my 3,000 subscriber giveaway, which I'm going to have to do pretty soon. In fact, today I might film a reminder. Like, if you want to enter, you need to get your entries in. I've got one entry so far, and that's fine. I'll do it with one entry. Not much of a guess as to who's going to win at that point, but yeah. And this is at the time of recording, folks. This is at the time of recording, but yeah, if you fancy a role-playing game with a bit of a difference, check out Tales from the Loop and enter my giveaway for it. And it could be yours, It could be yours. Yes, I'm asking for a shout-out for the part of the entry. It doesn't have to be long, but hey, got to make our way in YouTube, right? Got to do these things. So now these dead men, we call dead men here, these were all done. They were varnished last week. They don't need to be fantastic. They're just to like give an indication of dead men, sleeping men, drunk men, whatever. Like scattered terrain type thing, that's all it needs to be. So that's all these are. Just trying to get the blue tech off. I'm going to put them to one side because I've got a really useful box that turned up now. I had to order it separately from my local supermarket, or a local supermarket. Somewhere I can store my role-playing terrain, my fantasy role-playing terrain. So there we are. I'm just popping this alongside my slaves. Slaves! Yes, I painted some slaves, didn't I? See, once this is off, I can just pop them to one side, pop them into the little really useful box that I've got. Oop. See, he fell off. Dropped him. This is cool. I've got a nice lot of what do you call it? Gaming mats. They're only small. I only need small for role playing. See, because it's done per scene, and we're not, you're not measuring out like a war game conflicts. Although it's useful to gauge who is in what proximity to whom, etc. But it's really just to set the scene, if I'm honest. Set the scene in my mind. I'm going to get a separate journal for my scenes and my threads. Going out tomorrow, Mrs. Minnie Warzone and I. We're actually going shopping for like some apocalypse shopping. You know, candles and alternative sources of heating and cooking for the flipping apocalypse that's going to come, apparently, you know, with the rising cost in energy bills and things. Shocking that it's come to this. Still, the weather today is beautiful. Can't ask any more. I haven't been phoning my mum every day lately. I always used to. The reason is, at the moment she's been staying with my brother, sort of convalescing type thing. I just don't want to bother them all by phoning them every day. It's gonna be a pain. So I kind of like to do it every other day or something like that. But she's going back to her own flat tomorrow at the time of recording this. So I'll be able to phone her there. I mean, I might ask her if she wants me to phone her every day anymore, because I know she panics and worries, and it's a bit of an effort to get to the phone sometimes. I get that. Thing is, going up to see properties and whatnot in Seaton gives me the perfect opportunity to call in and see her too, so that's good. At least I can do that. Right, so I've got all the blue tack off of my little bits of terrain. That's awesome. Now, I figured, not for the tents, but for the these set pieces I've got here in front of me, like these with the wooden barrels and things, I figured contrast would be the way to go to get a more I don't know, quicker and, you know, pretty decent as well finish. So I'm gonna do the wood. So last time I did the blacks, and I know I've started off with some black here today. And I was doing blacks on like my Outriders and things. I can't wait to put the transfers and that on these guys. So much to do on these guys yet. But they're looking good already, I think. And I've got some more Outriders as well to unpack at some point. But now I thought I'd do browns this week. Because last week, black was the new black. Well, now, brown is the new brown, I guess. That would be funny. Some coffee. Oh my. Right, so I'm just going to go and have a look here. for. See what browns I've got. Agaros Dunes. Gorgonta Fir. Yeah. Wildwood. I'm going to start with Wildwood contrast because... Oh, and I might have some speed paints too. That'd be exciting. Speed paints. Any speed paints? I almost forget about speed paints, don't you? Don't think I've got any speed paints in brown. That's a shame. I do have smoky ink, but that's not an ink. Believe it or not. No. That's okay. Oh, I do. I have hardened leather speed paint. Now that might be quite good. So I've got a speed paint and I've got a contrast paint. Well, I'm going to start with the contrast paints, guys, because these other bits, these pots and urns and that, I'm just going to paint traditionally, okay? You know, just traditional. Better do the flooring of these as well first. Put them to one side. So I'm just shaking up my contrast Wildwood, which I'm going to use for these barrels and probably all the trunks and that, who knows. Maybe if I start off on these. Start off on those. Now, I think I could do with a regiment brush, which is what I've got here. Excellent. Alright, so, tell you what we'll do, use my, to keep the lid open. Right, yes, to paint the wood on these barrels for role-playing terrain or scenery. I think for role-playing it's better to call it scenery because it's setting the scene. So wargaming I'd call it terrain. I don't know, I'm just weird like that. Now, well, it's looking pretty good, I have to say, at this early stage. I think I'll do the tarpaulin in traditional paint scheme. I'm liking it a lot. I really am. It's very awesome. Wood is one of the few things 3D printing really lends itself well to, because of the lines, you see. My wife has gone down to see her brother today. You know, it's at the house where her mum used to live. She had to take some clothes down for him. We had to change the clothes here at our house before we went on to the wake on the day of the funeral. So just taking that back. I don't know, find out any more gossip, I suppose, about anything about anything. Everybody concerned has got to move on now and work out what they're going to do. I mean, we know what we're going to do. I mean, he's contemplating moving, but an off and on thing, hot and cold. Hearing an aeroplane in the distance. I'm going to keep that as is now. Paint these barrels too. I'll probably do the metal rings as a kind of a brass colour, I think. Oh, I don't know, or should I do them like a silver, like a lead belcher? Don't know actually. That's a good point. I'm just going to paint this on top because on the bits on top I'm going to have to do in a traditional paint scheme, so it doesn't matter too much about overlapping that. I'll try and watch myself around the bags because, well, I might want to do them a different contrast colour. We're going out next weekend. It's supposed to be to celebrate my wife's mum's birthday. But, the question I need to ask myself is, do I refrain from drinking alcohol? I mean, everybody's going to be drinking alcohol. I mean, I'm not. I just don't. It makes me poorly. So, yeah, I'm a bit reluctant to tell you the truth. I was letting these barrels dry off a bit here. They're fantastic. I love the barrels. I love the barrels. I love the barrels. Yeah, it's that social thing, isn't it? Or it's a bit like that at the wake, actually. People look at you like you're mad because you're not drinking alcohol, and it makes me poorly, so don't enjoy it. And amongst all the hardened drinkers there, I don't enjoy that. Not for me. You know, it's no good for you anyway. It never really has appealed to me, like what the big appeal is. I understand that it's addictive. Thankfully, I've never felt the need to want more. Don't know what that makes me, but whatever. Not a killjoy or a party pooper or whatever you call them. Always the same, like Christmas, New Year's Eve, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I have had drink. Don't get me wrong, I've had it. I don't mind one now and again, but to just drink. Oh no, I couldn't do that. And not only that, what a waste of money, you know. So much better things I could be spending my money on. Like what you see before you. Gives me infinitely more pleasure. More barrels, yeah, loads of barrels it would seem. Wildwood, man, wildwood. It's nice having these days off though with the bank holiday, I can tell you, wow. I have a job where I get bank holidays off. Whoa. I don't remember the last time I had a job where I had bank holidays off. I just don't remember it. Every job I've ever had, you've had to work bank holidays at some point. So, what a novelty. Quite the novelty. We've got one more barrel here now. And then we're good. So, yeah. Sorry about that. I was concentrating. I'll have some coffee in a minute. But, yeah, so I'm thinking, we'll start our campaign for role-playing before I move to Seaton. So I was going to do a whole big thing of role-playing once I got there. With possibly even setting up another channel for it, but we can do it here. We can do it here, I think. I'm just the sort of person that likes to take things in his stride and do one thing at a time. I can multitask. Do I like it? No. Because I like to concentrate on the moment, the thing I'm doing. And that's difficult when you multitask. Right. Well, if that's wildwood, I'm going to need some more of that soon, you know. Don't know what hardened leather is going to look like. Could be not very, might not look good. Might try it on this bit of tarpaulin here. It's an excellent place to try it on. Speed paint, hardened leather. What if it's identical? What if it is? It's not. So speed paint, eh? So I'm going to do the crates in that colour too. Wooden crates. Of course I'm going to do any banding, different colour. Metal. Not these, but if there is any. I've got so much more terrain I want to get hold of. This 3D printed lark. Because although I'm going to be doing a solo D&D campaign, there's certain elements I want my campaign to contain. Although it's going to be random, but there are certain things I want it to contain, and certain things. One of my prepaid bought campaigns needs to contain, because that's not a random thing. Well, one is circus tent tops. Now the good thing about the bizarre tents I've been getting, a lot of them could be incorporated into a circus type environment, so that's good. That's good. Right. All these bits and bobs inside, I'm going to probably dry brush. I'm just covering over them with this. Yeah, I'm covering the whole thing with this hardened leather, just so I make sure I get all the wooden side bits and that kind of thing. Yeah, so I want to have a bazaar. I want the bazaar or marketplace have kind of an Arabian feel to it. You know what I mean? Like the sellers and that, have that kind of Arabian feel to them. Yeah. I need to prime the boxes on this one. Come back to that one. That's a shame. Yeah, I'll paint the top one in a traditional, some sort of colour. I don't know. Work it out. And probably the pots too. That's okay. That's okay. this other box up here. Yes, I want it to contain a circus. Well, no, the prepaid one. One of them is revolving around a circus environment. So I'm gonna need like big top tents, and I've seen some really good ones on eBay that I can procure. It would be so much easier if I had my own 3D printer, but all in good time. Now, the bazaar or marketplace is going to be the hub for certainly for my homebrew campaign. It's going to be homebrew, and it's going to be a sandbox type deal. And then I'm just going to incorporate other like prepaid modules into it, so that way I can play the modules, get my solo free gaming experience in one. Perfect. Yeah, I just want to set the scene, because I do want to try and film them, or at least have an attempt at filming them, and I want it to kind of look good. I want it to look pretty. Say, look, we're in a marketplace, and I want you to see that marketplace, and for me to visualize it how it is in my mind. I watched one of the Predator movies last night, the one where they've brought like loads of them have been kidnapped and put on an alien planet, and so for the predators to hunt them. It's that one. Pretty good. I saw it years ago. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't mind it. I appreciate this is really tricky for getting contrast or speed paint onto, especially they're as compact as they are. That's fine though. You want to get some of it done. Yeah, you have some variation in it, so you can't do them all like that. There's all manner of goods here, which is really cool. Brilliant for storytelling. It could be weapons, it could be food, it could be survival stuff. Awesome, right? So this bazaar, where my hub is going to be, will be where the characters go to reside, kind of at the end or in between adventures. And I want this kind of Arabian feel to it, like Arabian Nights and that, flying carpets, that kind of thing. Not that I want flying carpets, but that kind of feel, that kind of vibe, the sort of Araby type look to the vendors and that. So that I can incorporate, the wise one on it, and all that sort of good stuff. Let's see if I've got any other speed paints. Pallid bone, crusader skin, pallid bone. That might be good for some sandbags type thing. So I'm just looking for options right now. See, skeleton horde, you could use that possibly. Gore grunter fur. Use that. And Agaros dunes. I said about that at the start. Cygor brown. I'm not going to do snake bite leather because I've got the hardened leather. Right. Before I go any further, let's get the priming done. finished rather on this chappy here. Yeah, because I missed it last time. That was dumb. Now, what I like about these sessions, as I've said many a time, I like that you get stuff done. I mean, at the end of this one, I'm going to have so much stuff done. It's going to be so much further on than what I was, you know. Like, I won't have to put these browns on again. I won't have to prime the tent again. I won't have to do this. I won't have to do that. It's brilliant. Brilliant. Right, so that's that done. I think it's time to start doing the bases on these little pot things here. So they're on a kind of a stone. Well, there's no base on that one, so I'll leave that one. But they're on kind of stone effect. It's very intriguing, it really is. Okay, I think, I've got Mechanicus Standard Grey. I think I'm going to use Mechanicus Standard Grey as my first sort of dry brush. Right. So it's all terrain for role playing right now. I'm excited to share with you, the solo experience when it comes to doing it. I really am, because it will be as much playing for me as it is storytelling. Does involve writing down lots of stuff, but it's part of the course. And the beauty is, you're not playing with other people, so you can take as much time as you want. And beauty of filming it, you can just edit it. Awesome. Just keep adding a bit more paint on. Thinking of doing another vegan challenge soon, actually, because I did it, was it a year ago, 2 years ago, and it was good, and I felt good. Then I got ill. That's how it stopped. I got ill, but I've been over that for a long time now, so I can't keep dragging that on. Right, so there's Mechanicus Standard Grey. So hardened leather we've done. Wildwood we've done. Okay. I do really want to paint that tarpaulin in a traditional flat colour, so pallid bone, I'm not entirely sure. I might do a sack or two with that. Let's have a look, see what it looks like, shall we? Pallid bone. This looks a bit lighter, I suppose. Just put a couple of sacks out on this. colour. Yeah, we've got 3 definite colours there now, and that's good. Kind of cool. That is kind of cool. I'm going to use my grey primer. Tidy back up. Right, so it's going to look awesome. I mean, even if I do, so I said about having a circus, which I need to get a circus. I've seen some brilliant sets, circus, big top tents and things like that. And it's going to look good with these around it as well. I think that will just make it, you know, amazing, to be honest. Let's try some Agaros Dunes, shall we? Agaros Dunes. For these big bundles here. Agaros Dunes, come on. Come on now. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Agaros Dunes. You have to do the ropes separately. Yeah, I know. I know. Today is a good day weather-wise if I wanted to put the top coat on my new bit of drive. Nah. Not spending any more money on that. Trying to conserve our funds right now. So that's Agaros Dunes, is it? Similar to Pallid Bone. Little bit darker. It's a little bit darker, it is. I think they're going to be just fine, you know. If I'm truthful. The thing is, you needn't, because these are for scenery, you needn't get them tipped up. But I want to put a little bit more effort into these because, to be honest, I super enjoy painting these. These are really good to paint. Loving it. I used to hate painting terrain. Really did. I used to find it a chore. This is a dream. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm loving the fact that we got the bank holiday Monday off as well. Talking about loving stuff. So a nice long weekend. Oh boy, it's going to be so good. Watched Predator last night. Who knows if we're going to watch anything tonight? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Tarpaulin. The same colour. Or we do flat earth for it. Russian green. Could do Russian green. Why do we do that? Nice green tarpaulin. Well, not a green, but Russian green, kind of a browny green. But green. It's green. It's got brown undertones to it. I'm not thinning it down. Big tarpaulin. Just covering up all the stuff here. This would make it probably needs 3 coats, or I can assess the situation. You could always go a different colour, I suppose. I could. I'm looking forward, my friends. I'll tell you what, jumping around topics here again now. Moving to Seaton, the Jurassic Coast. I'm looking forward to doing videos for you all on the Jurassic Coast and just sharing the experience with you all. I mean, I've got a random playlist, haven't I, which I could do random elements of my journey on. I've got my Memory Lane playlist as well. But then I'm going to do a Memory Lane playlist on my other channel, which will be my Seaton channel when I get there. So I'm going to do a Memory Lane on that. Might even use the same thumbnail because I like the thumbnail. That sign that says Memory Lane, I love that. I can remember sorting that thumbnail out, going through loads of different designs and logos and things, and thinking, oh yeah, that's good, I like that. Saw that, I thought, I love that, love it. A green tarpaulin, really cool. Because I think there might be some green tents as well. I wasn't going to order the Circus kit till I got to Seaton, but because it's going to take so long, I think I might, when I get paid, I may order it anyway. Because I'm wanting to do, I kind of want my solo D&D series to not be so much a show as this is the show, this is the story, blah blah, but to show you how I go about solo role playing and how it comes about, and the different things you can do. I was touching the wrong bits there. Oh, that's not good. No harm done. That's alright. Because I think that would be very beneficial for both you and me. Yeah. I think so too. So I could get to a point in the story at a certain juncture and say, right, okay, from a solo role-playing point of view, I've got several options now. Where do I go from here? And I just think there's a lot we can talk about with all that. I'm looking at all the stuff I got on the go and I'm thinking, do I need to step back? Give it a break from that? I don't know. What's the time I've got? That might decide for me. And it has. An hour. An hour has passed me by, folks. It won't be that much on time I edit it and that, but yeah, we've done an hour. Okay, I'm going to take my glasses off. You can see the stuff I've been doing. Zoom out a bit more. You see a bit more. It's good getting stuff done on it. When I get further things done, like the rings around the barrels, and maybe painting some of the apples in these boxes here, and the bread, loaves of bread, and that kind of thing, it's going to look awesome. There's no two ways about it. I think it's going to look awesome. So let's zoom right out now. Come back to me. Ooh. Forgive the hand over the camera there. It's just that's the way it is. Yes, as I was saying, I'm looking forward to doing videos on the Jurassic Coast with you all. I won't say for you because you'll be with me, so it'll be with you all. I am going to be sitting on something, even if it's just a blanket. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I'm going to do it. A place called Seaton Hull, where I used to go as a kid. And I have the waves coming in. Probably have it behind me, the shore. Or I'll have the Jurassic Coast to my back as well. So I'll probably, if I go to somewhere, a location like that, I'm going to need to do a couple of videos. Because I'm going to do a video, I might as well do two. So I definitely want to do a P&Q there. I can't wait for that. That's going to be so awesome. And a chill with Pete. I'm going to do lots of chills when I'm there, different locations for you to enjoy. Can't wait. I'm going to do it. It's going to be nostalgic. It's going to be peaceful, relaxing. It's just going to be so awesome. We're going to chill out, my friends. We're going to chill out, talk about hobby, and just raise our vibrations. That's what we're going to do. Raise the vibrations. So, thank you for joining me on this episode of On the Bench with Pete. I feel so honoured, so humbled and honoured that you've joined me. I love it. Let me know what you're working on. Some very interesting stuff I read about. Some very cool stuff. Whether it's Warhammer related, role-playing related, whatever, terrain related, doesn't matter. It's all hobby, right? And I'll see you guys, well, before I close out, let's just say, don't forget, check out my Patreon, because if you become a patron, not only will you have access to exclusive videos, in the future there's going to be a huge array of awesome behind the scenes stuff, particularly when it comes to the Jurassic Coast. I'm thinking yeah, that would be really good. I'm going to be doing stuff for you all anyway. I've got ideas, a tram journey for you all. I might get a GoPro, do the bizzo. I don't know how it's going to work. It's, drone footage. I don't know. Don't know what I could get away with. Wouldn't it be awesome to be on the top of a open top tram going along with a drone hovering above, and I could be like, hey. I don't know how that would work. If I could pull that off. Yeah, awesome. I've got ideas, anyway, put it that way, things I can try. The main thing is raising the vibrations, doing our hobby, chilling out, having fun. Because life's too short, guys. Life is so short. It ain't worth any aggro in it, is it? But enough philosophy, right? Let's get to the end of this video, and then we can get on to another one. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, all brushes lead to all. I'll see you on another video. Bye for now. Bye-bye.